Good morning and welcome to Lesson 2, Between Families and Children. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to answer this question. How does a writer's background help shape his or her writing? In this lesson, you will have, under direct instruction, a graphic organizer that talks about themes. There will be a video after that, so you'll be watching two videos that relate back to the graphic organizer. The graphic organizer will be uploaded to your journal like normal. Then you have a pre-reading assignment. You will need to make sure to look at the biography for both of these authors. You will be reading both of these short stories. And again, your essential question goes about how does an author's background shape his or her writing. So again, you want to peruse the information for that. Then you have your reading. The PDF and the Word documents are there, as well as some links there for each short story. And again, they are pretty short in nature. And then you will have a reading quiz based upon the reading. Then under collaborative learning, you have a discussion. So why is it included? So you'll be talking about the actual Eveline by James Joyce. And then you will have a collaborative short story wiki. Now this is pretty interesting, something different that we haven't really done before. So what you will do for this collaborative short story is you're going to demonstrate your knowledge on how to create a short story. And this may prove to be a little challenging, but I know that all of you can persevere and move through it. So the first person to open this wiki will begin the story. Make sure that you have characters with names and begin to describe each one throughout your writing. Each person after that will continue the story using literary devices learned throughout the semester. So character development, themes, setting, all sorts of stuff. The topic of the story is living and dying. So as you create the tale, hopefully the theme will become evident and revolve around the topic of the unit. Note, you should place your name in parentheses, just like I gave you a sample, after the piece you write. This will ensure that all students are given credit for the assignment, and you just start your story below. So what you're going to do is the very first person has to kind of be somewhat creative. Think about kind of characters, what are you going to do, what's the setting. Now the setting can change as you move through because there are 17 of you, so you should have a decent short story when you're finished. Don't ask me how many sentences to write because you're honor students, you're getting ready to leave high school. This could be a really cool short story. So go with it, be creative, and make sure that you are focused and on task. I know some of you like to use humor in your writing, and that's fine. However, make sure that it doesn't all of a sudden deviate away from what has already been created. So that's the collaborative wiki for this week. And then under independent activities, you have your vocab as usual. You do have reading questions for both Eveline and Between the Pool and the Gardenias. However, I'm pretty sure that the questions are pretty limited. There's about 4 or 5 for each of those. And you have your journal. Here it does say upload the electronic notes. That's from the theme. But each of the reading questions has their own assignment. And then here is your prompt. Make sure that you read that carefully. And then you will have a short lesson quiz as always. So that takes you through lesson 2. If you have any questions, please contact me.